After an exciting first quarter, which seemed to carry over the good performance against Atlanta, the Lakers saw the game gradually but decisively change course. GJ pointed out that although the team remained organized offensively, they failed to create real advantages, especially in the second quarter, when the offense stalled and the pace dropped, even with adjustments, different key coverages, and a competitive response in the second half. The opponent found their confidence, hit tough shots, and started to control the game, taking advantage of speed, drives, and contested shots that ended up going in.
Shots and everything. Did you see anything flip or change at that point moving forward in the game?
I mean, the second quarter offensively wasn't great. We didn't get up to a great start. Rewatched everything. We were fairly organized. Just weren't able to create any advantages. A couple plays that either we drew up or we were calling, ball got deflected. We ended up running out of bounds. The only thing when Luka got back in, we should have got him to the post, which what we were trying to do with our ATOs. But, scored 60 in the second half. We did 120 offensive rating. You're going to have stretches like that. But, it's a lot of times when that happens, we're really disorganized and we have high turnovers. And it wasn't that. We just, we ran offense and either missed shots or didn't create an advantage.
We've talked about this before, and I'm sure every possession is a little different. But with all the threes, did you feel like some of them were too open? Were the rotations? Were they just hitting? What did you see from their shooting?
They saw the same thing everybody else saw, where they made some ridiculous shots. You're going to have certain breakdowns in your defense, and I thought in that third quarter, that could have been really deflating for our team, and it wasn't. We kept fighting and played some really good basketball. I think in general, with our team, it's against certain teams that have dynamic drivers, which Hornets, they have some really good drivers, and they have a ton of shooting. We can be a little bit cautious guarding the ball, and if we do get beat off the dribble, then we're in rotation. I thought our low man was awful all night, and so we're scared of the drive, and then so we're just too far off we're too far off the body. But there was some of that tonight, and some of them was that's a good it's a good offensive team. They had 150 against Utah and blew out OKC at OKC. I think everybody, our coaching staff and the guys in the locker room, we all knew that that they got our full respect and attention pregame, and I thought we fought. I mean, just another team that has a hot shooting night.
Obviously, they've been, I think, number one offensively in the league last 11, 12 games or so. And you mentioned the teams that they took down in that stretch, but their record doesn't necessarily show that. Do you think you got a better version of them because you're the Lakers? Because this is the type of team and game that gets younger teams' attention. And how has your group handled that throughout the course of the season, do you think?
I think in general, these guys grew up watching LeBron James play. The Lakers are like the Celtics, arguably the most storied franchise in all of sports. So we've mentioned it as a team. I think all the guys know, we're going to get, we don't get a lot of off nights from other teams in terms of energy and being up and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't think that was just tonight.
JJ, you guys will have athleticism gaps, especially against younger teams and stuff like that. What do you need to do defensively to cover that, and how much of that can be covered with scheme and execution?
Yeah, I mean, there were I talked about the 77 stuff before the game, and they do a great job of doing that with a lot of pace, and it creates a lot of problems for teams. I thought when the game started, we did a really good job of covering that. And that's been in this stretch, like you watch them on tape, they go to that a lot in early offense. And they're either able to create red confusion and get threes, or they're able to turn the corner and touch the paint and get you in scramble or get all the way to the rim. So we guarded that well. And then they just kind of went to kind of just singular, small pick and rolls, and, didn't do a good job of containing the basketball at times. And then at times they made ridiculous shots. So I think you can certainly, we changed, we did 3 different coverages tonight, so it's not like we're not trying. We're trying.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep. Thanks.
Luka, where did you see this game flip after the good start that you guys had, and why?
They made a lot of shots. We gave up a lot of offensive rebounds from there. They just hit like what we call daggers. So I think that was the game there.
Is it? I know any loss is deflating for you, but after the way that you played against Atlanta, where you were hoping to, I'm sure, build on that, and it looked like it was going that direction. Did you take any more disappointment out of that, not finding it again?
I want to win every game, so that doesn't matter if we come from a loss or a win. So I just want to win every game. But obviously, we had a great start, and then we just kind of fell off.
Go ahead.
Obviously, their record doesn't really show the way they played tonight, but do you feel like being the Lakers and having some of the high-profile personalities you have on this team, you're going to get another team's best shot? And how has your group handled that throughout this season, do you think?
Maybe yes, maybe not. But I feel like, Charlotte has a lot of young, great players. We saw them win some big games. When they're rolling, they're rolling. LaMelo, Con, Brandon, Bridges, so they have a good young group. It's hard to play against them. Obviously, the record is not the best, but they have some good wins.
Luka, injuries are injuries, but you guys have lost 8 out of your last 13 as a group. Do they feel like independent, like it was one problem this night, it was this problem the next night, or are there things that you're seeing more generally over this stretch?
I don't know, but I would say like the way we play against Atlanta, it was a back-to-back too, so we're telling ourselves. We got to play like that, playing fast, playing with physicality, and I think Atlanta was a good example for us.
Luka, speaking of LaMelo, seemed like he got going in the second half. What did you see kind of changing defensively or from him that kind of got him going there in the second half there?
Sorry.
For LaMelo, he got kind of going in the second half. What kind of changed where he got hot there?
Yeah, he hit some crazy shots, but that's what he do. He was shooting a lot of threes out the dribble, which we planned for that. But he hit some crazy shots. Like I said, he does that. So he got really hot. He made 9 threes, I think, 8 threes in the second half, I think. So it's kind of hard to stop him.
Luka, were they doing anything defensively, kind of like trying to funnel stuff for you and LeBron as scorers and to try to take away passing lanes and stuff like that? I think you guys took almost half the team shots tonight. Was that something they were doing defensively?
I think most nights me and Bro are going to have the most shots. But, we're trying to.
Gigi's comments made it clear that the problem wasn't a lack of effort or a game plan, but rather the inability to maintain intensity, contain dribble penetration, and better protect the perimeter against a young, aggressive, and confident team. The Lakers did put up a fight, defended well in the second half, and kept a competitive attitude, but they paid a high price for defensive lapses, giving up offensive rebounds and the opponent's inspired performances, especially from LaMelo Ball. The loss reinforces a reality that's already well known. Wearing the Lakers jersey means facing the best from every opponent,